Okay, slowly but surely we are getting close to the end here. I'm Libluini and this is my multiplayer let's play of Dominions 4 Fantasy Strategy Game Deluxe. So in our multiplayer game I just learned on IRC chat that we are down to effectively 3 players now. The one playing Pangea, the Green Nation you've seen in this game a couple of times, well, was played by some guy called Afro Squirrel, but he keeps stailing since he seems to have lost interest hard enough to forget to set himself AI, so well, we got a sub to jump in for him, but it turns out the password he set on our organization site was wrong, so we are kind of stuck with him, even though he is not playing. Kind of a problem, and we have started solving it now. So I've seen research and enchantment is completed finally, so we are one step closer to summoning liches, and my summoner in the capital has cast Call Greater Deva, the others has lots of shit, and let's go from the top. What happened? So anyway, good. You have summoned one of the heptad, and I looked it up, and it means there are 7 of them. Well, Tauvi. It's horror marked and maimed. Okay, that's kind of funny. So you see I've prepared Tauvi, the Deva of Destruction, a little bit, and you may remember her because she was the one we lost to a sudden horror attack. Apparently Dominions 4 thinks it's a funny little game now and was brought back Tauvi even though she was dead. And even though Heptad... oh, apparently there are only 6, not 7, sorry about that. So anyway, I thought we get a new one, but apparently the random number generator really hates us and has given us instead one of the others. So now we have 3 out of 6, good to know. And one of them is the same one we lost, so we are only getting one of the other 3 if we do it again, and well, why not? So let's look at first what affliction Tauvi has. Lost a head. Pity, you cannot use helmets any longer. Wow. So she is basically a demon without a head now. That's kind of funny. This only happens with units who can come back from the dead, or who can for some reason or other fight on without their head, because normally losing your head is instant kill. But if you have units like this one with demon and invulnerable and shit, and can come back from the dead, or units who are immortal, then you sometimes see stuff like this. Well, anyway, since my famous fire booster doesn't work anymore, I still want to use her somehow, so I've decided to give her living fire 2 times, lots of gams. So essentially I want to use her as a small raider, since she is not very useful thanks to not having a head and being heavily horror marked. Ideally she will stomp some meaner shit by first casting some fire elementals to draw fire away from her, powering herself up with phoenix power, doing the same again for more fire elementals, then casting finally fire shield to burn everyone getting close to her, and then using the really effective but research intensive fire spell Pillar of Fire to bombard whatever is left. And then the scripting ends and shit will happen. Anyway, Tauvi has to travel from my capital, so I can only move her halfway to the front lines at first. Next turn she'll do whatever I want her to, I guess. And yes, I moved some priests, so let's preach a bit more. And let's try this again. I think I need 60, right? Greater Deva, yes, 60. So let's hope we can now get a fresh one and not a recovered that one. So anyway, what was next on my list? Tartarian Gate. That was our pretender. And let's see. Ah yes, we have 150 of those weird corpsemen here. We're getting roughly 75 per turn now. And we got this one. An Undead Titan. Sadly, also an insane Undead Titan with old age. But tons of damage with one hit, tons of hit points, so at least somewhat, and its moral is 30, which I think means mindless or something. He's feeble-minded, so he presumably had some magic, but thanks to feeble-minded has lost everything. Lost an arm, which in this case means jack and shit, since he is only a unit. It would mean something if I make him into a commander, but he's kind of a shitty titan, so why would I? But he can serve under Nardimu, another Tartarian titan. He's also feeble-minded, but he's at least still an insane commander. He can also hit 2 times with his change, up to length 5, which is a lot. I could give him some shit, but why the hell should I do this? They're both not that good. Maybe later. Now I've used all my death gems and I'm still getting more air gems than I'm actually using up. So to solve this problem I've elected those 2 useless kids and let them fly over. Why 2? Well, let's take a look at our magic items. I have enough to boost up 1 mage already. Next turn I will have 2 lightning rods and 2 more storm spools. Man, one of these days I have to find the mage still making storm spools, because I only need 1 per turn, not 2. But I still haven't found him yet. The trouble I'm having with this is you can only use 1 item to boost up. For example, this second storm spool here is complete superfluous. I have put it there just because I had no idea what to do with it otherwise. But hey, this reminds me, since a storm spool gives shock resistance and shocks attackers, I can use it on this crazy titan here. Bonus! Ha! So my army is growing. I'm still waiting to summon new super death mages until I can have liches. And next turn I'll get 2 more casters for my growing second undead army. And as you've seen, I'm already moving my main undead army up here to siege down Ulm. Then I have a giant army here, a smaller army here, and another army here. And I'm finally moving this lump of weird astral mages and other assorted shit over closer to the front. I could let them. Oh, that's nice to see. All units and mages can move 2 provinces instead 1, and well, only half of them are scripted. This of course means I have to do this. Let's say fire on large enemy monsters, just in case I can get a lucky hit on a golem or something. 2 units are a bit low, so let's make them to these guys. Okay, now that's the problem, I haven't actually scripted all those gits yet. And here I have a Harab Elder who is cast to Blessing and Air Shield for some god-awful reason. He can get my 2 monsters here. Attack large enemy monsters. Again, maybe I get lucky. Let's put them here. Here. I don't want them to get hit right away. Those are already scripted. Fine, fine, fine. And yes, he is the one. The one! So as always, the first spell he has to do is anti-magic, that was it, yes. Then Communion Master, and I have no idea how many slaves I have here. I wish I would remember to... Ah yes, I have already used up all my keyboard for scripts, so I guess I have to do this manually now. I hide them here. Why do I keep forgetting where that stupid spell is? Ah yes, he isn't actually one of those. So let's give him another spell. Then let's put them down here, and here, and here. And there are still units in the middle. God. And another Communion slave. And let's put him over there. 2 slaves mean +1 path, that makes him astral free. Air shield. Good lord, but you can also use thunder strikes for some long range firepower. And since the game for some reason likes summoning spells after he has run through his script, we will hopefully start using hordes of skeletons once in a while. That priest stays here, that reserve. That's it? I thought there were more than just 2, but apparently there weren't. Well, what can I do with level 3? Well, I guess I can... Where was that one spell? Astral Geyser, exactly. Horror marking enemy units. In long enough range, the spell will hopefully avoid most of my own. And conservative magic gem usage to prevent my little mage from just spilling everything. Ah yes, and you back here. Maybe, don't know, Card Commander? Ah, that works better. Now I'm a brass horror. Okay, we have to avoid those horrors, especially since those fortresses aren't as important. But anyway, this means I have a backup army in case something goes wrong. More news? Ah yes, that was our undead army. Then there was another battle in Deep Forest. Some of our units stumbled and died against province defense. But that's what is it. More lightning, this time from our ally. Again 44 units lost, and some random mage dropped dead too, kind of shitty. Griffin Spires got attacked, Raspberry Woods got attacked. In both cases nothing happened because it's one of those annoying little things attacking only the province defense and then leaving the rest, and luckily if you have a fortress you won't lose control. Then there was another attack by Garth's magical bullshit, both in my capital and somewhere else, and Shades thanks to Utter Dark. In every case our province defense was strong enough. Let's take a look just to see a battle. It's still dark everywhere, and down our giant mountain of units slowly veers down the undead abominations. Winemans, basically just a giant mass of vines, roots and moss, somehow moving around on its own. Blunt and pierce resistant, poor amphibian, and horrible at attacking and defending themselves. They are basically incredibly shitty, but also incredibly hard to kill. but their magic resistance is low. So mages and even your standard units don't have trouble. And as you can see, we're slowly killing even the large ones, the vine ogres, simply because with that attack skill they have a hard time even hitting our own units. And the hit points don't even with over 50. Sooner or later they will be dead. The only strength they have, like other undead units, they won't ever run away. You have to kill every single one of them. But as it seems we got the Ivy King without me even getting him on screen for you. So now it's just in slaughter. And they're dead. And since it's province defense, they're all coming back to life for the next battle. Then there was an event in Sorgen. Come the fuck on. One of my most important mages, the one I'm using to forging astral stuff, got wounded thanks to an accident in his lab. A sectarian movement in Zoglia, wherever that is. Oh wow, there is no one there. Do I have a priest nearby? Nah, doesn't seem like it. Well, then we have to. Oh, there is one. But I need priests everywhere. Let's look how bad it is. Yes, that's bad. I need more priests, but for this I would have to recruit more priests first. That looks kind of bad. Ah, here, that's the mountain of shitheads I needed. Let's give you 10, that should be enough. And then let's move closer to the front. Please. I'm still not entirely sure what I want to do with them, but let's keep them moving. Anyway. Ah yes, Oak Beach, Zatika, and Deep Forest 3. And only one can be attacked by enemy golem. And again we needed tons of gold and 242 units deserted. Some mages died from disease and we got this guy. I don't really need another level 1 priest who is also a leader. I have enough leaders, thank you, and I can't recruit anything anyway. So I just set him to preach and that's it. Research is ongoing, but we still need 4, 8, 12, at least 4 turns, I guess. 3 to 4 turns. Then it's on. That's moving. Yes, this army is moving. And let's set every single one to storm castle. And let's... sorry. Kind of funny, but I want everyone to storm. Well, I could use scouts or something, but honestly I'm getting tired of moving all those living units around. I want to replace all my armies with undeads, so I don't have to think about what's happening now. With one major undead army on the battlefield already, I guess I can lose at least one of them. Here's my magical bullcrap armies moving up. There's my raider. So that's good. And I have to lose lots of units anyway to get this bullshit down to manageable levels. Remember, we have this kind of funny problem that Bogarus used the maximum amount of gems to cast Utter Dark, so it's a spell we have to live for until the end of the game because there is no way to dispel it. Even with the maximum amount of gems I think you need. Let's preach down Bogarus Dominion. So what I wanted to say, you need, I think, at least 1 gem more than what was used to dispel them, otherwise you're shit out of luck. Let's look, where was the dispel? Dispel. I keep forgetting in which school dispel actually is. Was it here? No. Enchantment. Ah yes, here is a Dispel. The number of gems must be matched. Okay. So theoretically it is possible with the maximum amount of pearls put in, but yes, now I remember. There's actually this weird thing in Dominions 4 where different globals apparently use different maximum numbers of gems, and apparently the problem here is Dispel uses a lower maximum of astral pearls you could put in than Dark uses. I think the problem is minimum amount of pearls you need for Dispel is 30, while Dark needs a whopping 80 death gems. Let's check. Was one of my level 9ers, I think. Nope. Wow. Playing this for ages and I'm still that bad. It was Alteration. Ha. Now I remember. Yes, here. Oh, 100. Yeah, that could be the problem, because this... I'm guessing the problem here is with more than 3 times the gems for a simple casting required. Utter Dark has probably a really high maximum, 999 gems I think was it, while you can't actually put that many astral pearls into Dispel. The game won't allow it, so you have to somehow use another global with an equally silly high maximum, and then if you cast it, the RNG will randomly choose one of the others to get destroyed. As you can see, Garth would basically hurt himself since 3 of the 5 possible globals are his. Pangea won't do anything, and yes, so also even if Garth tries to eradicate it, it's incredibly silly expensive, and there's a 4 in 1 chance, or was it 4 in 5 chance of it not working. Basically there's only 20% chance that your 1000 gems won't just be wasted on a global you didn't actually want it. And I'm blubbering around for 20 minutes already, so let's cut this short. One thing, Pangea is basically for all intents and purposes dead. That player is lost to us, so I've made this little army here underwater with shitty units. Look at that attack skill, look at it. But at least they're poisonous, I guess. This unit is covered in poisonous barbs. As you may notice, the game doesn't actually tell us what this does. If I remember correctly, it means that if you hit this unit, can hurt yourself with weak poison or something, but I wouldn't bet on it. It could also be something incredibly stupid. Also, they are armed with coral spears, poisoned coral spears, so if they hit, they will poison an enemy unit. And if it's not immune or resistant against poison, that means it will probably die sooner or later. So not that bad. Then we have those hit point sponges here, the Palons, but they're shitty at hitting things. The only good thing is they have dark vision, so they're actually a bit better than other units, especially better than our Triton troopers. And I have the feeling, wait, let me try to look something up. Ah yes, now I understand. That's why the attack and defense is so low. See, if darkness is everywhere, the game apparently dutifully updates all attack and defense skills. You can see here darkness -6, basically halved and then rounded. That's happening to every unit without dark vision, which makes this so funny, because lost his only eye, -9. Okay, bad example. That's this one. It makes this so funny because attack 9 isn't really that good. But now Well, you know that old proverb about the one-eyed being king in the land of the blind? That's what's happening here. Anyway, also I have my mages here, loaded up with some gems to summon water elementals. And that should be enough, since there is nothing here, since Pangea has been sleeping for ages now. So what I'm doing is now I will expand my underwater empire and securing my flanks down here. Also I will take a look at this throne over here. Maybe I can get to it before Pangea starts playing again, which would be neat. Also, if that works out and I can get that throne, I will march back here and get those silly underwater fortresses into my hand. Besides, there is probably not a single one left over here not believing in my god. Oh, that's a lot of armies here, but I can't see that many other armies, so it seems Bogarus is slowly cracking below our feet. Which means then I guess I have to fight Gav, since there's no one left. Oh, there is a golem here. Interesting. So with a bit luck, this means there is no golem in one of the 3 forces attacking now. Well, that could mean he has multiple golems now, which would be really shit. But let's see what will happen. Let's see what will happen next turn. Maybe I'm lucky and get multiple new fortresses. Maybe I'm really unlucky. We'll see, we'll see. Besides, where's Bogarus' capital? That's Pranda, nope. Amberta, Numeria, Woolgrave, Minz, Gnome, Greymarks, Durland. Here. Over here. My ally Gav is that close to getting Bogarus' capital, which hopefully will kill the golems if they try to retreat via magic again. Or, which could also be, the golems are using this return spell from another province, in which case, fuck. Anyway, interesting times. It seems this large army is one of the last Bogarus has left. And we have both multiple armies and tons of mages and shit still in action. So let's see. First, defeated. Yes, he's still playing at least. Anyway, let's end this turn and see what will happen next. Well, we are not that bad actually, if you're looking how far we've come. Miglan, Ulm, Jomon, my old empire. It's of course funny that my capital is directly to the south of Gav. That's kind of dangerous. But yeah, I'm just padding out this turn now. Let's finish this for now.